When I started selling, I had no idea what I was doing. And it's a weird profession, right? Because what other profession do people just throw you in and start saying, okay, here's the product, go start selling it? Sometimes there's sales training. A lot of times you got to learn on the job. And if you're an entrepreneur, you might be selling for the very first time for your own business with having no experience. Could you imagine somebody setting you in front of a computer and being like, okay, go ahead and program? No, sales is a skill. It's a talent, but it's also something that can be learned by just about anyone. So in this video, I'm going to break down some simple tips to help you get started on your journey to learning how to sell. Whether you're a small business owner, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are just starting in your first sales job and realizing that you want some coaching and tips to help make yourself successful, watch this video because I'm going to break it down for you in easy to follow steps so that you understand exactly what you should be doing when it comes time to selling, so you've got the basics and foundation under you to be successful. But first, why does this matter so much in the first place? Every single position, whether you are actually in a sales position, whether you're starting a business, or whether you just work at a company and are going to be interacting with others, you've got to learn to sell, because you've got to learn to sell your ideas, right? Or your direction or your vision for things. You've got to sell your employees and your staff and your people that you manage on going the direction that you want to or adapting to change. Selling is a skill that translates across every single dimension of business and really life. So it's a critical skill to hone in on and develop, and that's why we're going to break down some easy tips to help you get started. Okay, start off, imagine you're telling your friend about your favorite video game or book. You know all the cool details, right? That's how well you need to know what you're selling. It could be anything from a smartphone to a service like tutoring. When you know your product really well, you can answer questions easily and show how awesome it is. Now think about when you're picking out a gift. Do you think about what the person likes, right? Selling is similar. You need to understand what the person you're selling to needs and likes. This way, you can explain how your product or service fits neatly into their life and solves their problem. Have you ever played a telephone game where messages get all mixed up? That's why being clear when you talk and listen is super important in sales. Always speak clearly and say exactly what you mean, and listen to what the customer says and make sure that you are understanding each other. All right. Also, nobody likes being tricked, right? And that's where some salespeople get a bad rap. You always want to tell the truth about what you're selling. If your product has a downside, don't hide it. Being honest makes people trust you more, and they'll come back to you in the future. And next, sometimes no matter how awesome you are, people will say no. And that's okay. Think of it like fishing, right? Not every cast catches a fish. So just learn from the experience. Don't take it personally. There's always going to be another chance. All right. And have you ever wanted to beat your high score in a game? That's goal setting, right? In sales, it helps to set goals for how many people you want to talk to or how much you want to sell. It keeps you focused and motivated. One of my favorite things to do is just set goals that are within my control. So how many phone calls or sales calls I want to make in a day, I can control that. Now the results might be a little bit out of my control. I don't know how many of those people I'll close, but I know if I can control what I can control, it's going to set me up for success, and I set my goals around that. And just like in maybe playing video games or sports, there's always new levels to unlock. So in sales, there are always new things to learn. Maybe it's a new selling technique. Maybe it's more about your product or a way your product is being used by customers you never realized that you could talk about moving forward. The more you learn, the better you'll be. If you like this video, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment if you have any questions, or share techniques that are working for you. And stay tuned, because if you are an entrepreneur or small business owner, you've got to grow your business, get more customers, and create visibility online. I'm going to show you how to do just that in the next series of videos. We'll catch you in the next video. Be sure to hit that subscribe. Thanks so much.